Do you know what you get when you combine a classic video game franchise, a handheld system, and 10 years to sculpt detailed characters, stories, and locations?
Not a clue.
Well, I guess I have to tell you. You get Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII for the PSP. This is a series that's seen more twists and turns than the Chocobo ride through the Sleeping Forest. Games on the original PlayStation, the PS2, and cell phones, plus a couple of feature-length movies. But hey, you better get in your kicks while you can. Crisis Core promised that it's like, for real this time, totally the very last game in the series. We could tell you the full story, but would you really listen to us? For some people, the chance to see Sephiroth and Aeris again is enough enticement to camp out in front of the local GameStop for 3 weeks.
No story is not worth hearing.
Well said. Set some time before the events of the original game, Crisis Core follows Zack Fair, who you may remember from some of Cloud's flashbacks.
Hey, yeah.
He's a soldier operative at the Shinra Corporation who only wants one thing:
to become a hero.
Initially just a low-level grunt, Zack slowly discovers the origins of a dastardly plot. The plot to the first Final Fantasy VII. The actual gameplay features real-time combat where you can fight with your sword or with materia magic. Crisis Core also introduces the digital Mindwave battle system, which acts as a sort of special move slot machine. The barrels are constantly rolling as you fight, and if you line up similar characters or values, you unlock a variety of stuff: level-ups, unique bonuses, or high-powered moves. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII looks to be jam-packed with good visuals and fan-favorite characters and dynamic action sequences and...
And
we'll have a full review when it hits shelves next week.
The diversion will allow us to infiltrate.
If a game features good-looking guys and incredibly stupid dialogue, you know it came from Japan.
Hello to you, too!
Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is a prequel that stars a minor character from the original PlayStation game, who now gets his own rich, detailed story.
And?
The only problem is, it's a terrible story.
Thanks.
You may remember Zack Fair from Final Fantasy VII. He was Cloud's older soldier buddy way back when.
Soldier second class Zack, on the job!
This game tells the story of Zack's fight to discover what exactly the mysterious Shinra company is up to. The gameplay is not turn-based. This is more of an action RPG in the same vein as Kingdom Hearts. And like that adventure, things are sometimes too automated. You'll lock on the bad guys without hitting a button, and Zack will run closer if he's out of range. It's a breeze to click one button repeatedly until the fight is over. In fact, the entire combat system is far too easy, considering the game's infamously complex heritage. Also, there's something called the digital Mindwave system. It's that set of images in the upper left. It sort of looks like a slot machine with effeminate anime characters. When the icons match up, well, you receive good attack powers and status effects. But the weird part is, you can't really affect what the system does. And unlike other video game companies, Square Enix still hasn't learned that people want the option to skip cutscenes. In this game, if you lose a boss battle, you'll need to endure another round of dialogue before you can try again.
I can be pretty cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sadly, that dialogue is poorly written and awkwardly delivered. Maybe the script makes perfect sense to the Japanese, but to our ears, it reeks of cliché. Crisis Core is not entirely terrible. This game has a level of polish and presentation rarely seen in a PSP title.
It's showtime.
The action sequences are something to behold, and the in-game graphics push the hardware beyond the limit.
Not too bad.
Also, if you are a nostalgia junkie, this is the game for you.
It's over.
But for those who aren't already steeped in the rich tradition of the series, the dull combat system and crappy dialogue is as disposable as a purple turtleneck.
Why?
Man, Shinra really needs to redesign those outfits. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII gets a 2.
Thanks.
Out of 5.
Well, our inboxes were bum rushed, and the viewer responses were so hostile, we actually questioned our original score. I mean, did we have a bad day? What did we miss? To be fair, we decided to give the game a second look and give it a re-review, this time with a clear, unbiased perspective.
Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is a prequel that stars a
Exciting.
character from the original PlayStation game, who now gets his own rich, detailed story. The only problem is,
The story is too good.
Thanks.
this is more of an action RPG in the same vein as Kingdom Hearts. And like that adventure, things are sometimes
Too awesome.
you'll lock onto bad guys without hitting a button, and Zack will run closer if he's out of range. In fact, the entire combat system is far too
Fun.
And unlike other video game companies, Square Enix still has.
Ever made a bad game.
If you lose a boss battle, you'll need to
Enjoy.
another round of dialogue before you can try again. That dialogue is
Awesomely.
written and
Awesomely.
delivered. Maybe the script makes perfect sense to the Japanese, but to our ears, it reeks of.
Award-winning material.
But for those who aren't already steeped in the rich tradition of the series, the
Exciting.
combat system and
Glorious.
dialogue is as
Indispensable.
as a purple turtleneck. Man, Shinra really needs to
Sell.
those outfits.
At the Gap.
Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII gets it
6.
Thanks.
out of 5.